Good evening, everyone, and we welcome you all to the final of the under 18 category in the ongoing IHF Trophy men's handball. And just to give you all a quick heads up about where you can watch this game, it is coming to you live on the official YouTube channel of Sportscast India and also DD Sports. You're getting to watch this game live from wherever you are, from whatsoever nook and cranny of the planet you hail from. And it's because of the incredible broadcast work which is being done, and it's going to be me, Rohit, who will be taking you forward in this first final of the day. It has been a power packed 4 days ahead of this day. 4 days of intense handball being played in the city of Lucknow, a city that is steeped in history, heritage, and promises a boatload of culinary delicacies, is now playing the epicenter to handballing madness as India rolls us underway against Uzbekistan in the under 18 final of the IHF Trophy Men's Asia. And off with an early start there. Good throw, but straight into the hands of the Uzbekistan goalkeeper. Just to give you all a quick heads up, it's going to be a good battle between the two goalkeepers. For India, Naveen Kumar has been one of the sturdiest, one of the most impenetrable forces under the stick, wherein Uzbekistan will be riding high on their attacking unit. Here's an opportunity, trying to slant it from a bit of a difficult angle. It doesn't really find the opening that they were looking forward to. Runs into a blockade, and the restarts proceedings out there. Rachmanov on the ball. That is Kvonchek Turjanov slamming into a wall of defenders. Back with Uzbekistan. It's a long gun throw. And perfection achieved. Kvonchek Turjanov, one of the finest, one of the most clinical shooters of the tournament, gets Uzbekistan ahead in this all-important summit clash. Free throw for India. And it is Ashu. Ashu plays it to his left, trying to create that angle. And that is once again some precise and crisp handwork altogether from India. But Uzbekistan doesn't waste a solitary second in restoring their slender lead. The 2-1 up. This can very well be an oscillating encounter with the needle of momentum going to and fro for both the teams. And India steps in, trying to penetrate from the right. Unfortunately, can only find the defensive melee ahead of them. And now India through the center, taking their time. He loses his balance, but didn't lose his vision. Went forth with that throw. But again, once you lose your shape, you kind of lose the power as well. That is another rocket hit there from Azotbek Safarov. Unleashed early in the game today. He's a very good player when it comes to counter-attacking handball. He uses his stature, he uses his quick burst of speed to the fullest. And now India looking for the equalizer. Goes from range and makes no mistake whatsoever. Ravi with the finish. In fact, not an equalizer, actually, it's 3-2. India's got work to do. And once again, it is Uzbekistan who continues to drive, hoping for that fourth. They are a very fast team. And that is Uzbekistan for you. It's very hard to keep them under wraps. It's very hard to weather the early storm as well. Mirjalol Abdukarimov making no mistake on that last instance, pushing it to 4-2. India trying to find that third for theirs. If one thing that India has to be very, very particular about, that is not missing out on targets. They'll have to be very precise. They'll have to keep on shooting relentlessly, and that unwavering persistence is what can get them in close quarters with that ever-firing, ever-evolving, ever-shifting, treacherous maze of Uzbekistan. And now Uzbekistan with those slow and short passes. They come in from the right. Mirjalol Abdukarimov gets one through Kvonchek Turjanov. And Uzbekistan are now well ahead in the game, 5-2. India under the pump. And they are going to be, because on pen and paper, this is a David versus clash. And yes, David can trump over Goliath, provided they come up with something heroic, something out of the box. They have to think differently. Good twist and turn, good angle created, but you got to finish it as well. Ravi coming mighty close, and yet the finishing could have been better. That's a good save from Naveen Kumar. He's shown it time and time again in the tournament over the span of the last 5 days. that he is an absolute juggernaut. He's not easy to breach. His razor sharp reflexes have been pretty critical for India in multiple occasions. India now. Oh, that's a good throw, but an equally brilliant save as well from Uzbekistan. India desperate for that third goal because right now there's a gap getting created. Now the blockade looks like he's hurt his shoulder in the process, and a couple of players have actually gone down. One from India. He's back on his feet. Looks like it was Ravi who had a bit of challenge going forward. The two coaches, they'll be watching with very keen eyes. Mohammad Tawheed calling the shots for India. A pretty vocal coach. And it is Botir Karajev doing the honors for Uzbekistan in this under-18 final. A bit of stoppage along the play, and that is to provide the medical treatment. It is going to be a free throw for the men in blue, and the target was missed on that occasion, resulting in another free throw, however. And now India comes in from the left. Constant switching between themselves and an ingenious dink over the goalkeeper's head. Talk about improv, and that was some improvisation from Ravi. Reducing the deficit further. Both the teams now meaning more business. Both the teams now hoping to showcase that urgency. Here's a chance for Uzbekistan, and once again standing tall like an unbreakable and unmovable rock under the Indian stakes is Naveen Kumar. Denies Uzbekistan a free shy at goal. And now from the left comes in India. A good release forward. Here's an opportunity for the men in blue. Possession stays alive. Ashu on the ball. Ashu plays it to his right. Trying to create the angle from the left. You need to curve in a bit more. That was a mighty difficult angle to try and convert that from. But looks like there was an active shot being blocked, which has resulted in a 7-meter. And it is going to be Ashu with that 7-meter. And India hammers home their first penalty. 5-4 now. India coming in close quarters with the Uzbeks. These young kids, these young guns, they are the seed of tomorrow. Carry with them a promise for, or a promise of the future. And what a brilliant finish this time. Turjanov it is. Kavonchek Turjanov. No mistake whatsoever. Once again restoring the 2-goal cushion. And I think India as well, they have now started tasting goals. And they know that they cannot allow Uzbekistan to kind of run away with this game. If Uzbekistan is able to open up a 5 or 6 goal difference, well, that was too easy. Too easy. Nursultan Bazarbev. He's not going to miss out on opportunities like that. And India now hoping that they with the ball. Back to Ashu. And Ashu to his left, Ravi. Ravi trying to create that angle through the center line. Possession stays alive for India. Can still be a chance, but they'll have to go for that shot. However, lucky enough that a push from the back while trying to receive the ball worked in India's favor. Here's India's opportunity. A little bit of leap. Good angle creation once again from the right. They're too close to the goalkeeper. Too easy for him. And on the contrary, Uzbekistan, they were on a hunt. They were on a break. And when the time came, it was Behruz Rakhmanov smashing home. Number 8 for the Uzbeks. The hosts have been off to a tardy start here in Lucknow. Here's an opportunity. Drops the ball. Now releases it to the far left. Another chance in India. Makes it 8-5. This is how India will have to keep on fighting. They'll have to keep on battling. Turjanov in the center. Playing the crux. Switches it to Beruz Rakhmanov. Back to Turjanov. Rakhmanov trying to cut in. Turjanov goes for that leap and hammers home. Number 9 for the Uzbeks. India will have to find somewhat of similar momentum going forward. They'll need scorers who are pretty consistent and regular. Back to India now. Taking those small short exchanges between themselves. And India through the heart of the goal. What a step up there from Ravi. One of the most active players. When you give him an inch, he's going to turn that into an absolute Grand Canyon. And that's exactly what you can see. The stadium chock-a-block with the players, with the officials, with young players coming to see. And that's a good finish from Uzbekistan as well. Cool, calm, composed Yorkulov, Bobushok making no mistake. Here's an opportunity for the men in blue as they step in from the right, taking those small inches and hoping to turn them into full-blown yards. Here's a chance for India. Good stop. It looks like it's going to be a free throw for India. Here is India. Ashu. Ashu to Ravi. Back to Ashu again. Ashu for the right. Ashu through the center now. Goes for that flat underarm throw. But easy work there. The goalkeeper making no troubles. Making no problems or mistakes whatsoever. And while we were talking about India's goal prowess, Uzbekistan might have found another. I think it was kind of obvious that this was going to be a tough battle for Team India, and that's exactly what it is proving to be. India looking to create those small openings because they are well aware of the fact that Uzbekistan, their defense is pretty solid. Apart from that wily attack of theirs, there's a chance for India through the center, trying to turn away, trying to bolt away from the defender. He can only submit it to the widest stretch of defense. Here's a chance for India again. Runs into a two-man defensive wall that is being created by Ozodbek, Safarov and Yorkulov, Bobushok. Here's a chance for India again. A quality save there. In India, will have to stay where they are. Uzbekistan now sensing out a goal, sensing out opportunities, and most importantly, sensing out those small defensive chinks in the Indian armor. And here comes Uzbekistan. It is Mirjalol Abdukarimov with the finish. Mirjalol Abdukarimov. In India now, in a bit of a super pickle. 12-6. Quite a difference already. A good bit of ball, and they switch quickly to the right. And just while India were rallying themselves, trying to backtrack, Uzbekistan sensed out the opportunity, sensed out the gap in their defense, and ensured the fact that they are pounding home from close range. Uzbekistan reclaims possession. "14 minutes on the clock already." Uzbekistan with a comprehensive lead. India needs to be a bit more regular in terms of high pressing. The erratic bursts haven't exactly been helpful and been conducive enough for the hosts. There's a chance for India. They find that angle and they will score from that. That's a good thunderous push into the back of the net. Parveen Gill, the architect. 14-7 now, halfway there. And a long way to drive forth for the men in blue. There's an opportunity. And no mistake made by Uzbekistan. One shy at goal and they'll take it with arms wide open. India now trying to sneak through. That's a good release onto the left. And good defending as well by Uzbekistan. Back with India. Ashu switches it to the left. Back to Ashu. Ashu plays it to Ravi. And Ravi trying to go for the cheeky enterprise. Misses out, rattles the woodwork. Uzbekistan might be on their way home for that 16th and they score. Goals keep on galloring and it is Yorkulov Bobushok with the finish. And before we go hammer and tongs into the second half of this contest, it's going to be a timeout. Both the teams are possibly trying to counter each other with their own brand of excellence. For India, it is slightly difficult, yes, but they have the firepower. They can pull off unthinkable things. They just need to believe in themselves. It's as simple as that. And India resumes action once again. Back with India. They come from the right. Here's an opportunity. India trying to go deep in the attack. Good switches so far. Another fine ball now to the extreme right corner. When you're releasing the ball into that particular corner, you've always got to be on your toes. Or else this is exactly what's going to happen to you. Uzbekistan once again. And it is now no one else than Mirjalol Abdukarimov, making it 17-7 for the Uzbeks. As India reels back in despair. And now India stepping forward, hoping to score, hoping to find that rhythm and momentum. Bit of a push altogether. Ravi, however, sends it to Ashu. And that was a difficult angle, yes. But the finish was great as ever. And who else than Manish Yadav? Manish Yadav is definitely one of the quickest and the most clinical of scorers for Team India. This time the whistle being blown, that goal won't stand. Now India comes knocking on the doors. Plays it to the right again. Stays with India. There's an opportunity for the men in blue. However, they have dropped the ball. And Uzbekistan, too easy for them, is it? No, they get blocked. Good goalkeeping altogether from Dhruv Seth. Standing tall under the sticks. Pulling off a save like that, it's not easy. You got to be acrobatic, you got to be agile. And more importantly, you got to take those reflexes of yours into account. Now here comes India. Ashu on the ball. Ashu plays it to his left. Ravi. That's a pretty emasculated throw. It's going to be a free throw for India, considering the fact that Uzbekistan did throw in the block, and that too during an active shot. Stays with Ashu. Ashu switches it to Ravi. Ashu now the fulcrum of this entire move. Releases it for the player behind him. Not a free throw in favor of India. Uzbekistan now. Opportunity for Uzbekistan, and no mistake made. It is Mirjalol Abdukarimov with the finish. And now India stepping up once again. Somehow or the other, India have failed to convert this. Stays with India. Fine release forward. Can be a cheeky attempt. Finds the goal nonetheless. Top corner. Just dinking it over. Good, calm, clinical finish. Helping India to move on to 9 now. Uzbekistan, Safarov once again. Uzbek Safarov. He's an absolute machine, and a mean machine at that. And when he finishes things off, he does that with a smile on his face. And now India. India stay afloat, and they keep on running. Through the center, a long range effort, but then a bit too much on that, and also misses out the target. Uzbekistan stepping forth. Last 10 minutes of the first half, and Uzbekistan going for that fine swish, but fails to produce the effect that they were looking forward to. Can India? Break as well. They'll have to be quick, and they'll have to be fast. And this time India just dropping the ball. Free throw for the men in blue. Opportunity. And now the hosts, they come mighty close through that center line. Lateral releases won't always help them. Free throw for Team India once again. They might go for the direct hit, but ends up jamming it against the wall, making life a lot easier for Uzbekistan, and Uzbekistan will take that with arms wide open. Now India, they come from the left. Drop the ball. Uzbekistan quick to regain composure, and Uzbekistan quick to attack back as well. Kivonchek, Turjanov, too many shooters in that Uzbekistan playing unit, and I think the way they are playing, that is how you ought to play. That is how you ought to play. You keep on shooting every single time, and the counter-attacking Uzbekistan is mighty dangerous. India needs to be really careful in terms of passing the ball, releasing the ball. The passes have been all over the place. And unless there's a change of momentum altogether, India, despite creating that space for themselves, the space in the final third, which is the most important part, that wasn't created. India on the roll. Can India get the job done? At least on this instance, at least on this outing. India comes in from the left. Ashu on the ball. Ashu drops it further forward. You got to flip them in. That's a good opportunity, and if you're not flipping them in, you're only making life a living nightmare for yourself. It's as simple as that. Every chance you get, you gotta try and take them. Here comes Uzbekistan. But that's a good looking save there from Dhruv Sen. Standing tall under the sticks. Now India comes knocking on the doors. An opportunity for the men in blue. Manish Yadav, Manish to Ravi, back to Manish. Manish trying to carve open that space, however drops the ball just ahead of that 9-meter line. The free throw wasn't a free throw, basically it was an unmarked throw altogether for Team India, and they make good use of that space out there at the near post. Moves on to double figures, 21-10, but a long way away from their counterparts. Uzbekistan now looking for that opening, hoping to find a bit more rhythm. Good ball forward and slams home clinically well enough. Now India comes steaming in. Yeah, that's a good bit of dodge. That dummy works out wonders for Team India. And a thumping finish as well. Makes it 20-11. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a free throw. The way India tugged at the jerseys. Near the restart proceedings. Uzbekistan from the left. Goes well for the jump, and once again, who else than Azotbek Safarov? The man who has the stature of a beast and a goal scorer who has the stature of an unstoppable, well-oiled machine. They keep on scoring, they keep on fighting. Now India trying to penetrate with that inside dodge. Again, a very debilitating throw there. Uzbekistan might just find another goal for themselves with a great save once again. Mirjalal Abdukarimov had the golden chance of putting Uzbekistan to 24. But then timely save from Dhruv Sen keeps India afloat. There's an opening for India. From the right they come. Quite a difficult angle. I think it was said before, like if you want to flip something in from that angle, you have to come slightly forward. Make it of a more diagonal way altogether. You can see Mohammad Tawheed. He's worried. Quite obviously. The frowns are supposed to intensify, and that becomes a lot more intense because Uzbekistan scores again. They move on to 24 now. India stay rooted at 11. 3 minutes remain in the contest. Stays with India. Can India drive through that center line? Can they get that shooting lane a bit empty? This has been stellar defending from Uzbekistan. Near post attempted, but rattles the side netting. However, free throw for India nonetheless. Here's India once again. Plays it amongst themselves. Asho on the ball, and that's a tuck from the back. Referee says that was not authorized. 28 and a half minutes now. And it's going to be a penalty for India. Ashu with that 7 meter. A chance to pull off the dozen. And Ashu does pull off the dozen for Team India. The goals are here and they are coming. 24-12 now. And Uzbekistan finds themselves still looking for more goals, because you cannot take India lightly, a team that has stunned Kazakhstan yesterday with a brilliant brand of defense. And that's a miscued drive altogether from Uzbekistan. Back with India. Last minute of the first half. Now to the left again. Back with India. They try to cut in from the left. It eventually settles against it. Here's a chance, again cutting in, trying to create that shooting space for themselves. Here's an opening for Team India and they make it 24-13. A good fine run from Suvash Awasthi. And the timeout being called for by Uzbekistan to try and kill the momentum. Intense discussions right now in the huddle. And that's the silverware for which the teams are battling it out. Under 18 and under 20 both. Quite illustrious trophies altogether. And Uzbekistan now goes forth in search of domination, further domination. They have already called the shots and once again they make it 25 already and we are just in the first half of the contest. And the hooter goes off at the end of 30 minutes. It's Uzbekistan 25, India 13. We'll now dive into a short breather. Stay tuned everyone. We'll return shortly with the second half of the contest. Hello and welcome for the second half of the Under 18 final in the IHF Trophy men that is being played between India and Uzbekistan. As the second half of the contest resumes, it is India who will have some catching up to do, wherein Uzbekistan can simply keep on cantering hammer and tongs to the glory prize. And it is Uzbekistan who starts the second half with quite some intensity and opportunity for Uzbekistan brewing from the left with a bit of an alright delivery. Misses out the mark by Whiskers, allowing India to breathe a sigh of reprieve and step forward. Here's a chance for India. They come from the left, taking their time. Ashu on the ball. Back with Ashu. Ashu switches it to the right. Opportunity for Ashu once again. Manish Yadav towards that extreme right. Manish shuffling to the center. It was running a bit too fast. And a passive play awarded to Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan now might just get the all-important goal on the counter. But the Indian defenders, they were quick to backtrack. They were quick to plug those gaps. Here's an opportunity for the Uzbeks. And cheeky finish altogether. Dhruv set trying to prune down the angle quickly enough. But wasn't as fast as he would have expected to be. Back with India now. To the left, and India trying to make the most of this opportunity. Moves around, the referee blows the whistle. Free throw for Uzbekistan, and Uzbekistan on a counter-attack. And once again, no mistake made. It is Nursultan Bazarbev with a rock-solid strike. And the Uzbeks, they keep on firing at will. 27 for them, 13 for India. Now India trying to use that right corner. And that was mighty close. Would have been a sensational finish if he could have been on target. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Here comes Uzbekistan. Slowly just shuffling and castling amongst themselves. That's a good setup. And that goal will count. For a moment, there was a question, did he step in the goal area? But Nursultan Bazarbev says, no, not really. I know where I was, and I know how to finish things off as well. Good timely finish for Uzbekistan as they now move to 28. India are currently ailing at 13. Back with the Uzbeks. Another fine release forward. Opportunity for Uzbekistan through the heart. And now it's 29 for them. Yarkulov Bobushov with the finish. The hosts are somewhat being consumed by the brewing whirlwind of currents that Uzbekistan has pushed them into. And unless they find a way out, unless there's an opportunity for them to try and break free, try and penetrate the ever-solid Uzbekistan defense, the Uzbekistan rear guard, they will only get deeper and deeper into this sinkhole. Another chance, but that was a good-looking save there from Dhruv Set. It has been intriguing to see that Naveen Kumar, he has been kept on the bench today for most of the time. He's one of the best goalkeepers that India's got. India under 18 has got at least. Here's a chance for India. Good release towards the back. Stays in contention. Manish Yadav on the ball. Manish Yadav goes for a switch towards the left. Taking their time. Another opportunity. Manish Yadav goes for that jump, but eventually the resultant shot, yeah, that goal of the rebound, that's going to be null and void, as pointed out by the referee. And Uzbekistan comes knocking on the doors. As you can see, The fans and the players coming together to watch the game. It's always a good sight, when the local people turn up for a match like this. It's always the best of reasons. It's always the most promising signs for any country whatsoever. And India, who are fairly new to this game, they are also rising. They are also transcending themselves to a position of significance. From the right, India. The possession lingers on. Good bit of twist and turn. Goes to Manish Yadav. Another wild throw. And that goes buzzing. Opportunity now for Uzbekistan. Stepping in from the right. Zodbek Safarov plays it to the center. Ibrahim Karshiv. Here's a chance. Ibrahim Karshiv fires it straight at Dhruv Sen. It looks like it's going to be Uzbekistan once again. That went miles away from the Indian defense. Once again, Uzbekistan it is. Pushes off to 30. India right now being consumed by the fast and furious display from the Uzbeks. It was Jasurbek Esimbetov with a clinical finish, rattling through the net. In India, in the second half, they have been even more lackluster than they were in the first. Opportunity for India, trying to sneak one through, only to find the Uzbekistan defenders in place. Here's an opportunity for Uzbekistan. And it was a solo run from Yorkulov Bobushok. He had support to his left, but Bobushok, he was not going to pass it on. He knew what he was eyeing for. He knew the net very well. And he's driven one for the goal to stand up. Opportunity for India now to at least reduce the deficit, because right now that deficit, it's not just scary or spooky anymore. It's humiliating, to be honest. 18 goals stand between India and Uzbekistan. There's a chance for India. Manish Yadav. Rather meaty throw from Ashu rather. And it misses out its mark, and not just by whiskers, but by a mile altogether. Here's an opportunity for India to come from the left. A chance again. Slams it against the defenders as the ball pops out of the bounce, resulting in a free throw. Here's a chance again for Uzbekistan. And once again, Safarov Azadbek. An unstoppable mean machine. He keeps on scoring, he keeps on rotating, and he keeps on firing in joy. Here comes Uzbekistan, this time from the left, and the throw being a bit too powerful goes out of play, resulting in an overturn of affairs, and comes India knocking on the doors again. I think they'll have to take their chances. They'll have to carve open the defense, and most importantly, they'll have to figure out an opening. Controls the ball. Good switch to the right. Opportunity for India. And after a long time, they taste a goal. In Uzbekistan, they might just have thought that it was their call to breeze through. But good defending, and a chance again for India. Switches it to the left. And another powerful hurl into the back of the net there. Ravi making no mistake. 2 quick goals for India. It'll give them a bit of boost. It'll give them a bit of momentum. But the impetus that you need to snuff out an 18-goal deficit, I think that is not there in scoring 2 back-to-back goals. Nonetheless, it should see a change in the body language. Excuse me for that. India stepping forth from the left. And now India goes for that throw. However, takes a deflection and bobbles off. Free throw for the Indians. Suhash Awasthi hasn't been too active in terms of scoring goals. He's one of India's key members. This is the grand finale. This is the summit clash of the under-18 category. Another great save. Standing tall there, Sergi. Mohammad Tawheed asking his players if they're ready to take the challenge, step into the yard, step in for squeezing out their hearts and souls. 10 minutes down in that second half, 20 minutes to go. Just to give you all a quick heads up, the under 20 final, which is to be played between Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, which will also be coming live to you on the official YouTube channel of Sportscast India and DD Sports, has been preponed by 15 minutes. It's going to start at 5:45. So do stay tuned, everyone. Here's a chance for Uzbekistan and a glorious opportunity squandered away. Ibrahim Kashiv could have actually made it 34. As you can see, friends and families coming together to watch this game, to watch what has been more or less a pretty lackluster affair for India in terms of their final pursuit. And that's a good setup and a brilliant push as well into the back of the net. That's a master stroke of a team goal. Quintessential example of how India was supposed to collaborate, how India was supposed to be cohesive with each other, build a team, come forward knocking on the doors with everything possible. Drops the ball, but free throw nonetheless for India. No apologies for Uzbekistan. Safarov plays it to his right. Ibrahim Kashiv awaits, back to Safarov. Goes for that jump, and every single time Safarov towers over the Indian defense. There's a penumbra of terror that keeps on lurking. He doesn't miss, and the way he uses his stature, that makes him one of the finest of shooters. And the stands pretty much full today. India now switches it to the left, a bit of a bobbling throw. On that occasion, India once again going cheeky, but not to be. And here comes the Uzbeks now through the center. Ibrahim Kashiv to Azotbek, Safarov, back to Kashiv. Kashiv releases it for Safarov through the center. Safarov goes for that acute angle but denied. This might be India's call to glory. But what a stunning save by Sergi under the sticks. Standing tall, not allowing India to breach. Here's Uzbekistan. And Uzbekistan, mighty close, and yet 1,000 miles far. This is how this game rolls as well. You've got to take all your chances. You've got to try and convert as many as you can, because the more you miss, the more you complicate matters for yourself. You kind of create that contraption around you. Here's an opportunity. And this time it wriggles through. Safarov once again from the left, trying to make space for himself, and does that by just brushing off the defenders. It felt as if it was a cakewalk for Azotbek Safarov. Very simple, very, very simple. Uzbekistan now, I'm pretty sure they have their eyes on a margin like, let's say around 45, 42 to 45. India, unless they come up with a resolute defense, the way Uzbekistan is penetrating it for the time being, very shortly they'll be all over the Indians. I mean, they already are. It's not that they aren't. Took a deflection along the way. Free throw for Team India. Here's a chance. Rattles it against the two-man wall. Not once, but twice. And then a very wild throw, which is awry by a million light years. And India here comes in from the left. Another opportunity. And that's a push for sure, but looks like passive play has been granted first, which means Uzbekistan are on the way forward. Good save. Very good save by Dhruv Set. Back with India. And now India from that extreme left, an opportunity, a gentle lob over the goalkeeper's head. And India moves on to 17 here at the KD Singh Babu Stadium. Uzbekistan stays afloat. Not even a single seat available today. So if you are close by to the KD Singh Babu Stadium in Lucknow, do not forget to drop in. And that is another thunderous finish altogether. The Uzbeks, they are relentless and unstoppable. Way they are making merry for themselves. It's a treat for the sore eyes. The kind of goals that we have seen in action. Of course, the Indian fans won't be happy, but then India, I think for them, it is a long way. Make no mistake that India is a fairly new team to this sport, still learning the rope, still learning the nitty gritties of the game. And I think in an interview earlier, it was said that somehow India is still to come up. Like earlier, it used to be mainly the open stadiums that used to host these kind of tournaments, but now with the indoor stadiums coming into play, India is slowly and steadily joining the groove as well. A few days ago, it was the AHC tournament, the AHC Women's Handball Championship that was held in India, which was another massive. It was held in Delhi, and now this IHF trophy. So always a major impetus for the Indians. Another good save there from Dhruv Set. A major impetus for the Indian youngsters who are new to this game, learning this game and learning how to come up or come forward with time. Slowly and steadily maturing in this game as well. It's all about that learning curve. It's all about getting your pieces right. Here's a chance for India. That's a good throw onto the left. Good control as well, but then slightly miscued. And now Uzbekistan storms front in the hope of a counter. And they get the goal as well. Yorkulov Bobershok making no mistake. The Uzbeks remain on top. India might have surged forth with a bout of resistance, with a bout of resurgence of late. But at the end of the day, what do you take to finish things off in a final? India has definitely lacked it. But I think this is going to be a massive learning curve for these Indian teams. You're under 18, so yes, a long way to go in terms of their handballing journey. A great run once again from Azadbek Safarov, but only finds that woodwork along the way. Now India steps forward through the center. Ashu on the ball, and Ashu releases it for Manish Yadav. Uzbekistan trying to be sneaky, trying to just capture the possession for themselves and run forward, but not to be. Last 11 minutes of this under 18 final. And now India comes knocking on the doors again, and the angle wasn't too favorable for them, wasn't too propitious for them to make merry. But whatsoever was visible, they wanted to sneak one through, which was a very good move, of course. But at times you need to be a bit more confident, you need to have a bit more conviction to finish things off. Stays with India still. And from the left, they step up once again. This time spelling the ball. A chance for India. And a smashing hit into the back of the net. Won't do much of a change to the scoreline, but that will definitely be a statement. India back on the prowl. Mohammad Tawheed. I think he'll be happy with the way this tournament has gone for his team. He's monitored them from up close. He's monitored them from pretty close quarters, helping them to learn the game. A very lively character as well, and always very passionate about the sport. Pretty animated. True opportunity for Uzbekistan. Good save there by Dhruv Set. Backtracking quickly enough. India stepping forward now. Stays with India. And despite losing his balance, he went for that near post. It was a pretty flatter trajectory, and it is going to be a 7-meter. Ashu with the penalty. A chance for Ashu to drive India to 20. And ahead of Ashu stands Sergi. And Ashu won't make a mistake. The fiery finish, pushing India to 20. Uzbekistan just controlling the tempo, just controlling the narrative. There's an opportunity again, and despite Dhruv Set coming out of his line, there was no way he was stopping that. India once again stepping forth. Now through the center. Ashu on the ball. Ashu releases it for Manish Yadav to his left. And Manish Yadav cannon pushing India to 38-21. There's an opportunity, however, for Uzbekistan to try and counter. The Indian defenders stand tall. But once again, Zodbek Safarov. It's very hard to try and reel him in. The kind of power that he brings in, the kind of challenges that he commit, and the kind of shooting flair that he's got, the way he drives things through the center line, that is simply impeccable. And this time losing his shape. It's going to be a free throw here for India. Ashu on the ball. Plays it for the far left. Another opportunity. Great save there by the Uzbekistan goalkeeper. And now Uzbekistan on the hunt. Makes it 40. 7 minutes and 10 seconds to go. And Uzbekistan says, how about we drive for that 50 mark as well? Can be tough. But the kind of defense that India has posted, there's some major work that needs to be done. India with an opportunity from the left. But getting it off the mark, getting it off target. Not too much to be happy about for the men in blue. But of course, they'll take pride in the fact they've arrived in the finals. They've beaten tough teams along the way, and it wasn't easy. But today, in the Summit Clash, it wasn't their day. It was a day where they had to bite the bitter pill. Opportunity for Uzbekistan. And another powerful slam. This time, the man at the helm of it is Yorkulok Bobushov. And the goals keep on galoring. India now swishing from the left. Can they find a bit of an opening for themselves? They do. They do. It is 22 now. Good fight so far from Team India. It could have been better, I think, dropping the momentum, particularly in that first half. From that 8-minute mark, it was too much. It was too overwhelming. And Uzbekistan, the way they came on, they came forward, the way they, amplified all the attacks. That was completely out of India's grasp. And while we were talking about their attacking flair, attacking prowess, Uzbek Safarov, he keeps on scoring. He simply can't keep his hands off from the net. And I think Uzbekistan now knows that they have already claimed the gold in the under 18 category. And India will have to be sated with the silver. But what's going to be the final margin? Here's an opportunity for Uzbekistan again. And Jasurbek Esimbatov pushes it to 43. India are not just down and out. They have been completely obliterated. They could have done better. But again, it is understandable. A supreme force like Uzbekistan in handball, they are not to be messed with. They are not to be tinkered with. Chance for Uzbekistan. Esimbatov. And Esimbatov pushes it to 44. 50 looks like a very alive prospect. And here's India from the left again. India trying to push forward. Ashu on the ball. And a chance for a flat hand throw. But could only find that would work. And here comes Uzbekistan. No problems whatsoever. A finish that screams of composure. 45 for the Uzbeks. India now at 22. Here comes India from the left again. Stays with India. Manish Yadav. Manish looking for options. Doesn't find too many. Back to Manish again. Manish does well. And Manish sends it to Ravi onto his left. And Ravi fires home the 23rd for the Indians. And guess what? A split second later, Yorkulov Bobushok finds the 46th. Double figures of India's score currently. Last 2.5 minutes. How many more goals do we have? Manish Yadav. Manish finds Ashu in the center. Is it going to be Manish to suddenly storm in, creating that angle through that center line? Opportunity for Manish. Goes for that outside dodge. Leaves his marker off his trail. But couldn't find the back of the net. Uzbekistan, however, that goal won't be counted. He stepped into the goal crease. The goal area, rather. And the referee, that is what he has been pointing. So, yes, Uzbekistan's idea of trying to push for the 47th will remain elusive for now. And here's Ashu once again. Ashu through the center, back with Ashu. Ashu plays it to Manish. Ashu in the center now. Ashu drops the ball. Manish collects it for him. They'll have to go for the throw quickly enough. There's a chance. Manish Yadav through the center, is it? Opportunity. The intent has to be shown and they step into the goal area. Awarding another counter-attack to Uzbekistan. This time, however, Uzbekistan fails to capitalize. Yorkulov Bobushok and another 1v1 situation. Stays with India. And now they come to the left. Opportunity for Ashu again. Trying to be the nexus of the attack. But take a look at the defense. Take a look at the two-man defense standing out in the center for Uzbekistan. And the kind of statures that they have, it's not easy to breach through. It's not easy to chip one either. Because if you try and chip from that range, you're only going to end up depositing it into the hands of the goalkeeper. Here's a chance again for Uzbekistan. India denies them an entrance. Last minute of the game. Looks like it will still be with Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan have got some space ahead. And Uzbek Safarov, is it? In fact, it is Jasurbek Esimbetov who fires home a 47th. Can India get a goal or two here? India from the left. A goal for pride, a goal for consolation. What is it going to be for the men in blue? Stays with India. A good defensive intervention there from Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan steps forward. And that is it. Uzbekistan are the crowned champions of the under 18 category under 18 category of the IHF Trophy men's handball. We have a lined up which is to be played between Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan, and that's the under 20 category. Stay tuned, everyone. We'll return shortly with the last final of the day. Into a wall of defenders. Back with once you lose your shape, you kind of lose the power as well. Quick burst of speed to the fullest. And now India looking for the equalizer. Fourth. They are a very fast team. They come in from the right. Medjulal up. And now India comes in from the left. Constant switching between with that 7 meter. A promise for or a promise of the future. Is able to open up a 5 or 6 goal difference. Well, that was too easy. They're too close to the goalkeeper, too easy for him. And Turjanov, Rakhmanov trying to cut in. Turjanov goes. Changes between themselves. And India shocker block with the players, with the officials. Flat underarm throw. But easy work there. The goalkeeper making importantly sensing out those small defensive chinks in the Indian line. The erratic bursts haven't exactly been helpful, been conducive enough for the hosts. There's a chance for it. And Ravi trying to go for the cheeky enterprise, misses out, rattles the woodwork. when you're releasing the ball into that particular corner, you've always a bit of a push altogether. Ravi, however, they have dropped the ball, and Uzbekistan, too easy for them, is it? Uzbekistan now. Fine release forward, helping India to move on to 9 now. But ends up jamming it against the wall, making life a lot easier for the ball. Uzbekistan quick to regain composure. And yeah, that's a good Uzbekistan from the left. You can see Mohammad Tawheed, he's worried. He's been cutting in, trying to create that shooting space for themselves. Domination, further domination. Here's an opportunity for the Uzbeks. And free throw for Uzbekistan, and Uzbekistan on shuffling and castling amongst themselves. That's a good setup. Another fine release forward opportunity for Uzbekistan. Once again, Uzbek defenders in place. Here's an opportunity for Uzbekistan, resulting in a free throw. Here's a chance again for Uzbek. Controls the ball. Good switch to the right. Opportunity, but good defending, and a chance again for India. Switches it to the left and scoring 2 back-to-back goals. Nonetheless, it's their final pursuit. And that's a good setup. Waits back to Safarov. Goes for that jump. Safarov once again from the left. And now India from that extreme left, an opportunity to the KD Singh Babu Stadium in Lucknow. Do not think for them, it is a long way, make no mistake. And now Uzbekistan storms front in the hope of a counter. A chance for it. And ahead of Ashu stands Sergi. The tempo just controlling the narrative. There's an opportunity again. Ashu on the ball. Ashu releases it for Manish Yadav to his left. The Indian defenders stand tall by the Uzbekistan goalkeeper. And now Uzbekistan, where they had to bite the bitter pill. Opportunity for Uzbekistan. And they find a bit of an opening for themselves. They do, amplified all the attacks. That was good with. Chance for Uzbekistan. Esembetov. But could only find that would work. And here comes back to Manish again. Manish does well. He fires home the 23rd for the Indians.